Unbelievable. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Unbelievable. Kyrie Irving, one of the best players in the league today, is now reportedly being traded to the Dallas Mavericks, and the deal is supposedly done. Oh, yeah, salute to you. It is all over. I did not believe he was going to the Mavs at all. I would be sitting here lying to you if I told you I thought he was going to the Mavs. The deal didn't make a lot of sense to me because they had Spencer Dinwiddie in that role, who's doing quite well, who's playing in the role Kyrie would be taking. So I'm like, you just upgraded this season. You didn't sign Jalen Brunson on purpose. Now, they did this on purpose. They did not sign Jalen Brunson so that they could sign a big guard to take his place. They wanted size, and Dinwiddie gives them size on the defensive end. And then Dinwiddie, who was on the bench, was inserted as the starter. They've had success. They were winning games. Dinwiddie came up big in a lot of games. His ability to get his own shot, drive to the basket, get fouled, make the changes that need to be changed. Now they lose Dorian Finney-Smith, who we already knew was on the trading block. But Spencer Dinwiddie going and a 2027 first-round draft pick, that's enough to get Kyrie Irving? And the Lakers couldn't come up with nothing better than that? Tells me that this was about the commitment after the fact more than anything on the table. Any team that gets Kyrie Irving was going to have to sign him for 4 years. He's not taking a 2-year deal. He's not doing the homeboy rate no more. And the Lakers wanted him to take the homeboy rate. And I don't think the Lakers are interested in signing Kyrie Irving for 4 years. Now, hit the like button, good people. I know you just got here. Please hit the like button. Thanks, Russ, for the super chat. Super chat's working. Cash App is Carcino. Everybody's talking about Ring Dynasty. I don't see that right now. I really still don't see that. I think they have other problems, and that wasn't one of their problems. Gavin told me. That's how crazy it was. I'm like, how does Gavin have this information over before I do? I was laying down, nice, and to take my nap. I'm just the phone ring, and I was like, "Who is calling?" I pick it up. It's Gavin, and he's like, "Kyrie Irving just got traded to Dallas." I'm like, "To the Mavs. He's with Luca." I'm like, "No, go back to sleep. This is a dream. No way." Because we just talked about this last night. That I'm just like, Dallas is just putting their name in it. Ain't no way in hell he's going to Dallas. They were the last team I would think would have a shot at landing Kyrie Irving. The last. So that means Mark Cuban is going to sign Kyrie Irving for 4 years. And he's going to play alongside Luca. So now you have two ISO players. Salute. So you got two ISO players. At the end of the year, I think Kevin Durant is going to ask for a trade, depending on what happens with the future of the team. Like this dynamic with him and Dinwiddie in the backcourt. I don't know if Kevin Durant was there when Dinwiddie was there, or he might have been. I think they did have Kevin Durant and Kyrie there, so he's familiar with playing with Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie was demoted to the bench. He was there before they got there. And then when they got there, Dinwiddie had to eventually go to the bench for Kyrie Irving, and he didn't appreciate that because he felt he was a starter. And I mean, my thing is defensively. You lose size by grabbing Kyrie Irving more than Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie was a good defender. Um, he said LeBron James gonna sit out that Mavs game. Well, I don't know if how many games he can afford to sit out now because now they got to go on a run after losing to the Pelicans the way they did. They've got to go on a run. Kevin Durant don't like Dinwiddie. I could see that if you could say that way. If you say Kevin Durant don't like Dinwiddie, well, he's going to be asking for a trade, and the place he wants to go is Phoenix. And at the end of the year, Phoenix can do the trade when they can trade Aiden for Kevin Durant. They could work on getting that trade done in the summer, and then Kevin Durant could go to the West as well. And then all the star players will be going over to the West again. So we're gonna have that dynamic all over again. Somebody said, please trade Aiden. Yeah, but according to his deal, he can't be traded, and he's got to play a whole year according to the deal he got. That's what messed up the Kevin Durant trade in the beginning. You're comparing Dinwiddie to Ben Simmons. You obviously don't watch basketball. Um, there's a possibility that Dinwiddie did some things that caused himself to be traded. He could be another Adrian Dantley. I always saw him as an asset to a team. I never saw him as somebody that tanks a team. I always saw him as an asset. Kevin Durant is a apex player. He's not stuck anywhere. He could sign a 25-year deal. Kevin Durant said, "I want out." You got to let him out. Trust me, you got to let him out. Kevin Durant get to the point where I'm just going to sit out this year. He got enough money to do that. You don't play with A-list stars when they say they want to go somewhere. Now, the people that's going to end up going somewhere, you guys are going. It's probably the last time you ever see me in a Kyrie Irving Brooklyn jersey, ever. Well, you had Joe Tsai. As soon as he took over the team, he wanted Kevin Durant. He had talks with Kevin Durant and then Kyrie Irving, but mostly Kevin Durant. This team was built around Kevin Durant. When he took over the team, he wanted to get Kevin Durant over there to Brooklyn. I was one of the first people to know that Kevin Durant was going east. I knew it because his parents, they went looking for houses over there, and I knew the realtor that took Kevin Durant's brother and his mother to go look for the place that Kevin lives at now. They went over there, they toured it, and they said, and then they had FaceTime Kevin Durant. And he was able to see the house on FaceTime. And he agreed. It had all the stuff he liked, and he was like, "I'm cool with that." And they agreed, and they closed on it. And I got the word before anybody else for Wojanogi or whatever. So, but it was like in Jersey, and almost like the Jersey area. So it was like, is he going to New York? The Knicks? Because Brooklyn was just never a thought. So it was like, oh, he's going to the Knicks. He's got to. He just closed on that place. He's got to be going there. If I didn't know that realtor, I would not have gotten that information. So I knew he was going there. Luca gets one player, and they say Luca got some help now. LeBron gets 18 players, and y'all still be like, he ain't got no help. Luca gets one player, and everybody's just freaks out. It's amazing the hypocrisy. I mean, if you look at what the Lakers got right now, they have enough. When the season first started, what did the Lakers say? We got enough. We got enough to win it right now. I mean, why not? We got enough. I'm tired of people saying, "Who we need to make a trade." We got enough right now. What we got? That's what they said at the beginning of the season. LeBron said, "I like our team right now. What we have." I mean, but look at what they got. You tell me a team with a lineup like what the Lakers got. You got Dennis Schroeder, who could play the one or the two. You got Lonnie Walker the fourth. You have Thomas Bryant, who's been incredible on the boards and on the inside and being a force and could shoot on the outside. You got Anthony Davis, who's supposed to be one of the best players in there, NBA top 75. You got Russ, who's an NBA top 75, former MVP, everything. You got old man Bron. What more you want? You got Thomas Bryant adding some scoring. You got Pat Bev for some defense off the bench. How many more? How many more people you need? You got 8 damn people right there. How many more people do you need? Christie already. See, the problem is the old people are in the way of the young people. Christie actually plays very good defense. The guy they talking about getting rid of, that guy Christie, plays defense. He defends. And I mean, that guy sells out to defend. Because I watch the games and I'm watching to see who's doing what. Christie defends. Jones Jr. defends. Thomas Bryant defends. Those 3 players are the strong suit of the Lakers defense. Pat Bev tries to defend. Absolutely, they try. Yeah, Hachimura, he defends. So you got 5 guys now that's dedicated to defending, and they're not on the court at the same time. They're not. And it's weird, but it's the old players are in the way of the young players. It's a lot of problems on that team. And it's communication, it's the leadership, it's all of that. They have the pieces. They just got to put that puzzle together so that they can start winning games. But you can't keep just throwing players out and bringing in 1-year players and saying, okay, let's go win a championship. It just don't happen that way. You need continuity. Absolutely. Um, I think his name was Gabriel B or something like that. I don't remember. I think it was Gabriel B. Yep. Gabriel, he tried to be on D, but his basketball IQ be all over the place. Mavs going to the finals again. Oh, cool Eagles. No. They have a long way to go before they start talking about finals and stuff. A long way to go. No, they're not a contender right now for a title. I don't see that with one player. You just lost 2 players and gained 1. Yes, Kyrie is a amazing dynamic, but right now that's just one player. That don't The Mavs problem is simple. You got another guy that can get you a shot and who can go one on one and do all that excellent stuff. But learning the system that you guys have in play, Luca can sit back and watch Kyrie do his thing from time to time. Same thing with Dinwiddie, but defensively, where's this going to lead? You lost Dorian Finney-Smith. Kyrie and Luca's got to come to some type of work arrangement with what they are doing out there on the court. They both have played basketball for a long time. They should know where each other, wants to be on the court. It shouldn't take them long to figure that out. Luca's out right now, so they're playing without Luka Doncic. So right now, to keep them in the race of the playoffs, because they're about a 500 team right now, they would need somebody to come in immediately while Luca's heel after that terrible fall, gets better. Oh, they got Morris in the trade from Brooklyn. Oh, they got the sophomores. Oh, they got sophomores. Okay. There's the real Morris and, the one that's with the Clippers, and then his twin brother, the sophomore. So they got sophomores. Okay. Well, mental issues flow in Ben's family. So I believe Ben Simmons suffered from mental issues. And his confidence is gone. And once his confidence is gone, it never came back. Those playoff losses and how he decided to lose and him passing up wide open shots. Kevin Durant ain't gonna want to play with that guy. And I'm telling you, everybody's gonna want out. I'm gonna rejoice when Sean Marks is fired because they ruined the Brooklyn Nets. Joe Tsai should have just listened to Kevin Durant, and that should have been it. Kevin Durant is the reason he came over and bought. He came over and bought the Brooklyn Nets. That's the only reason why Kevin Durant came over, because of his relationship with Joe Tsai. Joe decides to hire a general manager and Sean Marks, who decided to hire his buddy from Phoenix Suns when he was actually a player on the team, a teammate, Steve Nash, and his other teammate, Amari Stoudemire, and his coach, Mr. Pringles himself. So you got Dan Tony out there, and you got the whole Phoenix Suns on the sideline. Sean Marks used to play for the Phoenix Suns. He's the general manager. He hires damn near his whole team. In case you didn't know the connection, Steve Nash has had no head coaching experience whatsoever. He fast tracked and he is now the head coach. Oh, Kwame just went live with a video saying that he may sit out if he's not traded. Oh my goodness. I'd rather watch the Knicks over the Nets now. Dallas won the trade. Well, I don't know. Right now they did because they got Kyrie Irving, but you got sophomores for Finney Jr. You got Kyrie, so you got some speed to the offense. But I just don't think this is like get me to the championship type of level that you're at now. I just don't see that. I mean, could this team beat Denver? I don't think so. Um, Defensively, they're missing a shot blocker on the inside. Um, they they have one of the slowest paces in the NBA. This could probably step it up. Though the team chooses not to run a lot because of Luca. Luca, they slow it up for Luca because he likes to see how everything is going, and he don't really do too many sprints. Oh, Adam Wojnarowski reported it. A lot of people are reporting that this trade is done. Like this is where he's going. Now, the Laker deal didn't go through because they couldn't agree on players, and the Lakers was hesitant about a 4-year deal. The Lakers wanted Kyrie Irving to sign a 2-year, $79 million deal at the end of the year. Kyrie is not going for the homeboy rate anymore. The Lakers are not in the play-in yet, but they'll be in the play-in. Depending on when Steph comes back from his knee injury um, that he suffered last night and going like knee to knee, it was actually knee to shin with another player. LeBron played D. Oh my goodness, dude! Don't ever write that again in your life. Global Life Records TV. Don't ever say LeBron plays defense. Please don't. That dude probably ain't played defense since 2013. Yeah, 4 years, 200 million. He's like Mark Cuban got it. Yeah, he got it. Dallas got the money, and they willing to pay it. Now, somebody like OG, if the Lakers could get OG, that would help them. Van Fleet, they're gonna probably want to get rid of Van Fleet because they can't agree on a contract extension. This is people telling me about Kyrie to the Mavs. No, Gavin. Basically, I was about to doze off. I'm like, and next thing you know, the phone's ringing and it's Gavin. Well, no, the problem's gonna be when they have to defend big guys and playing teams that's fast. The Nuggets are good because those guys have played with each other for 5, 6 years. They have continuity. Most of those guys know exactly where they're going to be on the court, where the ball's going to be. That's why they're winning games. Well, you got other people that's involved. You have people such as you got other people that's involved on a team. It's very rare you put a team together and then they just all of a sudden gel and then they win a championship. It's just like it's been a lot of those big threes that they put on a team and they don't work because they're at the tail end of their careers and they phase out. But you got to try to find a way to make it blend before it all comes together. Yeah. So Friday he requests a trade. Sunday he's traded. Right. Look how quick that's. It didn't take a weekend for him to be traded. They already knew. I told you last Monday they were putting out the feelers because they knew. And Kyrie Irving said, "We're not going to accept that deal that y'all waving around, Brooklyn. You got to Friday, and Kyrie's going to make that announcement." And it went up by his team. They released a statement basically saying Kyrie Irving is requesting a trade. Is that Don Don? Man, what's up, Don? Oh, you know it's Kobe for life. It's always gonna be Kobe for life. He gonna stay up there on the wall. KB. No, I don't see it working like that. Yeah, Juan used to come on here all the time. I ain't seen him in a minute, but Juan used to be up here a lot. You said Luca the kid. Nah, I don't see the Mavs going to the finals like that. I don't know what they talking about. He must mean the Nets. KD, will KD leave? I think so. I think he'll request a trade to the Phoenix Suns, and they can finish that trade with Aiden. Aiden's gonna get traded to Brooklyn, and they can get Kevin Durant over to Phoenix, where he wanted to go in the first place. Adam Silver has lost control over the league again, and this is being a growing problem because all of their talent is going over to the West Coast. So that's already ruining the East all over again because that was the problem they had before. Because everybody was out west. Because why? They got good weather, women, wine. It's always so you got millions of dollars. You don't want to be in the snow. They're gonna be like, man, I got all this money going out west. So everybody want to play in the west now. And this was a problem they had before. And Adam Silver just didn't know how to control this. But I'm like, well, all the teams can't pay everybody. Somebody's gonna have to go to the East. You said, what's this trade mean for the Raptors? The Raptors are still getting rid of their players. They finna clean house because OG finna go. Van Fleet, they felt they gave him a proper offer. He wants 140 million or else, he ready to hit the market. And it's like, all right, dude, you might have to hit the market because you act like you winning games out here, and we not really winning games with you. Oh my God, he's still screaming about this trade. Got to pay for peace of mind. I'm like Kyrie's a problem. He just when he is stuck on something, boy, I swear, T won't change at all. So he blames Kyrie Irving for everything, and I'm like, how are you blaming a man who just want to get paid what he deserves and what he's earned? If Kyrie Irving isn't one of the top three players in the league, I don't know who is then. Skill wise, you don't have a player like him in the league. You can't stop him from picking up his dribble. You can put two guys on him, he still can have his dribble. Ain't too many of those guys in the league. He's the best at finishing at the rim. Unmatched. And you telling this man he got to take less? Why? Why would he have to take less? For what? What would be his reasoning? I just think there's stronger teams in the West. Do I think they can get past the Memphis Grizzlies? I doubt it. It depends on how the Grizzlies play. If they can learn how to close games, yeah, they can win. But can they beat the Grizzlies? What about the Sacramento Kings? People forgot about the Kings. I'm not sold on Denver either, but Denver matches up well against Dallas. They match up really well because they big. And if you big, you're gonna give Dallas problems. Well, a lot of people were wrong on this because no one would ever. I would never dream of Luca going. I mean, Luca and Kyrie Irving being a backcourt. I never would have ever thought that in a million years. Because I'm like, they just got Dinwiddie and to be the starter. This is what they fought for. This is why they didn't sign Brunson. because they were going to move Dinwiddie to the starting position. He was on the bench last season, and they wanted to get size at that position. So they let Brunson go, and then they put Dinwiddie in there as the starter, and they had success. That's why I'm like, wow, something wasn't working. It might have been a personality thing in the locker room. Something like that. But I'll be right back. Luca, Luca, Luca. Oh yeah. And the sleeper team. How can anybody forget the Clippers? How y'all forget the Clips? We did cover the fact that Luka's hurt. He has that heel injury. So that's why they needed someone right away to come in. Dinwiddie was supposed to be the guy, but I guess they needed another top player. Sorry, the Clips are done now. Just because they have Kyrie, I'll keep telling you, this doesn't change the dynamic. The Dallas is still in the same predicament to me. It's about what they do next season on. He said this is clickbait, right? Unfortunately, this isn't clickbait. LB said it changes the dynamic. Well, the Knicks is out of the question, LB. We knew that. He had to go west. I told you, he's never playing in the Brooklyn Nets stadium again. It's over. It's still got to go through the league office. It'll be official probably by tomorrow. The Mavs are not going to jump up just because you grab Kyrie. Yeah, it helps with the dynamics that you have a guy that can get his own shot, but just like Dinwiddie, um, I mean, Dinwiddie can drive to the basket like Kyrie, but Kyrie can take over a game. So if Luka's out, Kyrie can come in and play and basically lead a team to victory. But once again, his health, Luka's health, how they both gonna hold up? Luka playing off the ball is not normally his forte. So what happens is when Dinwiddie gets the ball, Luca can rest. Luca would chill, relax, and just get a blow, and let Dinwiddie go through his offense and do what he do to get to the basket or hit a three or what have you. And Dinwiddie's done a tremendous job. That's why I said I'm like I don't see what the problem is here. They gave up what 2 draft picks. Kyrie's a two guard. Luca's the point. So Kyrie is the two. He's averaging about 28, 5, and 5 right now. Oh yeah, the Lakers fans are mad because they thought they were going to get him. The Lakers had first dibs and could have got him, but they couldn't come to an agreement on the 4-year deal. Kyrie Irving wants 4 years. He's not taking the homeboy rate or the we cool rate. He wants his money. He wants what he's worked hard for. His 4-year, $200 million deal. You pay LeBron, you pay me. That's right, Jose. Joe Tsai. He's never owned an NBA team before. So putting his team together and getting Sean Marks in there, that was the bad idea. Sean Marks made a terrible decision. It all started with bringing in James Harden and trading him away for Ben Simmons. Kevin Durant pleaded with him not to make that trade. Do not do that. It's like, but he wants to go. I don't care. Do not make that trade. Ben Simmons. The problem with Ben Simmons is that he doesn't even communicate with anyone else on his team. Hit the like button, people. Gosh, we got like over 1,000 people in here, and no one's really hitting the like button. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, all of those wonderful things. Yeah, well, Sean Marks has never been a general manager. He was a general manager of a G League. He was like shadowing when he was on the Spurs. Then they sent him to the San Antonio Spurs like I think he was like the WNBA GM. Then he was the G League GM, and then he came over there and was GM of the doggone Brooklyn Nets. He has no experience. He used to play for the Phoenix Suns when he did play in the NBA, Sean Marks. And what did he do? He hired Steve Nash, who was the MVP when he played with Phoenix. No coaching experience necessary. You're our head coach. Then we're going to bring in Dan Tony, who was our coach. Then we're going to bring over Stoudemire, who was the other star player next to him. These are my guys. I'm bringing them over. Meanwhile, Jack Vaughn, who's really coaching the team, has got to sit there and go, I got to get less money and do the same damn job. But then I gotta watch Nash screw it all up. Well, defense that's been one of Dallas's problems throughout the season. They don't have a lot of mobility. They don't have a lot of size. It's just they're in the same spot to me. They don't really move up another level. I think they need a more prominent bench to get them across the board. I mean, he'll alleviate some of the pressure off Luca because they'll have to worry about Kyrie Irving. But normally, when he's getting going and cooking, Luca just be standing around because it's gonna be pretty much nothing for them to do but just go sit back and watch Kyrie work. But it'll be interesting to see. Now I gotta get my Kyrie Irving in Dallas. Get my Kyrie Irving in Dallas. I gotta stop getting Kyrie jerseys because they're getting to be expensive now. They getting to be expensive now. Soon as you get a jersey, he gone to another team. I got my Kyrie Boston shirt on. All right, Celtics got the Carcino on there. Let's go, Boston. Kyrie. Kyrie Irving has just been traded. Huh? He just signed with the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, Brooklyn, let's go. I would like that. The Mavs versus the Grizzlies in the Western Conference Finals. I wouldn't be mad at that. Long as the Lakers ain't in it, I'm cool. No LeBron, cool with that. What's up, Rio? If Brooklyn don't win this season, KD is gone. KD is gone. Yeah, KD's gone at the end of the year. I can't wait when he comes back and he gets to that podium and starts speaking, Kevin Durant. But he's gonna see how it plays out with Dinwiddie in there to see where he goes next. Because if this doesn't work out or it's not a good harmony, KD is out. They're gonna have to put together something amazing for him to stick around. Terrence Sutton. What does that even mean? If you play long enough, eventually, yeah, you will get that accomplishment. Kareem played 20 years, right? And made that number that he came up with. LeBron's playing in year 20 right now, and he just not getting to that number. Kareem did that without shooting threes. Let that sink in. KB is going to Siberia? I don't think so. MJ to go forever. Yeah, in your mind, Isaiah Thomas is the greatest player of all time. Don't ever forget that. Oh yeah, everybody's freaking out about it now because it's it's basically a done deal, and
All right, Robert.
everybody's freaking out. Ocho is hyped for whatever reason I don't even understand.
And this is what it came down to. Who?
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, Gavin had the information first and gave it to me. Gavin saw it first. Can you believe that? That is the backcourt. Now in the offseason, I think they can make some moves to build around Kyrie and Luka. But to get to the finals now, I just think that's too strong of a dynamic. Too strong of a dynamic. Well, the Brooklyn Nets did this to themselves. So they got no one else to blame for their failures. This whole over the top reaction to a tweet, all of this was about contracts and posturing and trying to make Kyrie look bad in the public eye. All this is nonsense. Absolutely. Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, a first-round draft pick in 2027, a couple of second-round draft picks also going in the deal. So, yeah. I told you that the Phoenix Suns are gonna get Kevin Durant, but they're gonna get him at the end of the year. They ain't gonna be able to get Kevin Durant now because Kevin Durant's gonna want out, and they're gonna trade Aiton, and they won't be able to move Aiton until the end of the year. Aiton hates the coach. The coach hates Aiton. He wants him out of there. Miles Bridges, Demetrius Aiden, DeAndre Aiden rather, and they're gone. Like, don't even think of them as being around or sticking around. They are gone. I think they're keeping Cam Johnson, but I think it's Miles Bridges, um, Aiden, and then I think it's a second round draft pick. Hmm. I'm intrigued to see how it works out. Nobody's probably more intrigued than me to see how the Dallas Mavericks dynamics is going to go.
Huge. Okay, let me tell you what somebody else might not. There are 7 players in the NBA currently averaging 27, 5, and 5. Guys like Giannis, guys like Bron, guys like Ja, oh, and Kyrie and Luca. You got two of the seven players averaging 27, 5, and 5 on the same dang team. Okay, but most importantly, here's what's so interesting. The Mavs are currently the sixth seed, but they're only 3 games ahead of the Lakers, the 12th seed. Or they're only 5 games behind the second seed. So the Mavericks realize that the West is wide open, about as wide open as it's ever been. You got to make a move. If you sit stagnant, you might mess around and get caught by the Lakers, especially if the Lakers go get Kyrie. So you make the move to go get Kyrie. And now the Mavs have as good a chance to come out the West as any team in basketball. Kyrie plus Luca, let me correct myself. Luca plus Kyrie, you got an assassin in Luca, and then you got a dude who can drop 30 on any given night in Kyrie. Yo, they about to shake up the basketball world. 27, 5, and 5. Only 7 players averaging that, and the Mavs now got 2 of them.
See, they're looking at it. Ultra's looking at it from the wrong perspective as everybody else. Those are 2 players. 2 players. You have to. You got to look at the team. I know everybody's excited. It's a big blockbuster trade, but you have to look at the team. You got to look at the other 3. You got to look at the bench. You got to look at the style of play. I don't see them having any more difference than, on the court. They'll have to outscore teams. Basically, I don't see the dynamic of them being any more like leaps and bounds better than what they were beforehand. I just don't see it. Last year they were stronger because you had Dinwiddie who came off the bench, and you had Brunson as a starter who could put up 20 some. Brunson was putting up like 13, 14, 15 points a game, sometimes putting up 20. And then you have Dinwiddie come off the bench and hit you for a good 15, 16. That's how they got to the Western Conference Finals. But now, would I take them over the Clippers? No. Will Westbrook be traded? Probably. But I'm thinking they're trying to trade him to the Chicago Bulls and trying to secure Zach LaVine from the Bulls. But I don't know how that dynamic is going to work because I don't know if the Bulls is going to re-sign Russell Westbrook at the end of the season. Because anybody who trades for Russ, you got to pay the remainder of his contract, but then you got to probably re-sign him or you lost the players for nothing. Kyrie would not agree to go to the Lakers because they would not re-sign and take the 2 year. He was not going to take the 2 year deal. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this ruined my nap. I was getting ready to take my nap. Yeah, this messes up everything, man. They messed up the rhythm, the dynamic. They had won all these games in a row. They was on a roll, and this happens. So for Kyrie, he's got another top 10 player he's playing with, and I hope they do go far. But time for your boy Cino to lay it down and take a nap. Don't forget to subscribe to the page. My Patreon is Carcino for life. And hopefully everybody hit that like button up, subscribe to this page, and I'm gone.